Hello, my name's Alex Hutchinson. I'm doing a short video today around how I help law firms with mergers. And I'm not talking about the kind of larger acquisitive um, firms that you see in the legal press that are buying targeted businesses and bringing them into that single practice management system or that single entity. They'll have an existing system in place that is developed. They've got teams of people from an IT and technology point of view to merge and migrate all the data and set them up on the new operating system. And I'm talking more about the smaller organisations that merge for different reasons. They're probably looking to join forces to protect themselves against competition from people like that, and that might bring more benefits to their people, more opportunities and career benefits to their people. There might be a succession management or succession planning challenge or opportunity that's created by merging. They might be stronger together as an organisation that helps protect them against the threats from some of these larger organisations trying to take their clients. So they tend to merge for different reasons. And one of the things that can happen with smaller organisations merge is, like any merger, they need to focus on some key things that are within their sphere of experience and skill set. And that's around the people. We need to make sure that we retain the key people. We communicate to the people that they're as happy as can be with that. Try and work out if there's any descendants of people that aren't happy and what we're going to do about that. And try and work on the culture of merging these two organisations together. There's obviously the financial and cash flow element associated with it, and all your clients that you need to communicate with. And that takes a lot of time and energy. Now, the IT and technology part of that can then sometimes be, it's not an afterthought, but it's something that's difficult to deal with at the same time. Smaller organisations typically need to bring somebody in then to help them with that element of the merger, either to create it as an opportunity to look at reviewing and improving processes and make it into a more optimized single entity. Or it might just be a case of we've got two case and practice management systems. We can operate like that for now, but we do want to start a transition into a single operating system. So we've got it's just easier to manage. It's easier for the people. It's easier to communicate. There's a whole host of reasons that I don't need to explain why that would be better for an organisation. That helps with the culture and the people and the clients as well as all the kind of operational elements and wins that are associated with it. But the reason I'm mentioning that is some firms might want to use it as an opportunity to review and improve things, whereas other firms might just have a project where right now we just need to get this into a single operating system so that we know what's going on and we can report and we can manage this firm, and then from there we'll look at secondary areas. So they have different priorities to larger acquisitive entities that have done this before and repeat the process. Smaller firms that are merging won't necessarily have done this before, and they need some outside skills and expertise to help them. Now, one of the things that's good about bringing in someone like myself, or I'm trying not to sell myself on these videos, but what I need to do is talk to you about the benefits that are available for bringing somebody in. So if you bring in a strategic person like myself that deals with IT and technology projects, it's about being able to have a commercial conversation with them as if they were a member of your senior management team, and then entrusting them to operate on your behalf in the best interest of this organisation, to review what options are available and then come up with a plan for what to do and how we're going to make it happen. And that's the key thing, really, that you would get that tends to be missing. What you don't want to do is be in a reactive situation from an IT and technology standpoint where something comes up contractually and you need to make a decision, so you end up forced to make a decision for the one that's still in contract. It's all the wrong decisions in the wrong order. It's reactive and it causes problems. It puts unnecessary or arbitrary timelines on things that aren't really to do with the people and what's best for the firm, what's best for the clients, what's best for the fee earners. It's all done in the wrong order and it's reactive. So sometimes when I'll engage with a client on this, where they're in that merger position, some of the initial conversations will be exploratory. They won't be very super heavy on time. We can manage that. But it's about just trying to think of, or have somebody work with you to think about what do we need to do, when, are there any trigger points or timelines coming up that we need to be aware of that might force this, So we want to be ahead of the curve in those scenarios, and then we can start working towards it. It doesn't need to be done now at breakneck speed, but it needs to be done in the right order, and you need to be in control of it and proactive as opposed to it being reactive. And then, because that's when disruption and poor change management comes into place. So if you're thinking about merging, if you are having conversations about merging, because these conversations take a long time and don't always succeed, or they come back to them in a year, or if you're post-merger and you've not quite got to this part, but you want to get ahead of the curve, then I'd love to have a conversation with you. I'm more than willing to have initial conversations with prospective clients, no charge or obligations, talk through what you're trying to achieve, what your problems, challenges, or frustrations are, what your desired future state is, and just give you some insight into how working with somebody like myself might help you address those challenges and do things in the right order, in the right way, at the right time for you, and be proactive to help make it a success for your people, for your clients, and for the firm. So hopefully that's been useful. If there's anything you want to talk to me about, feel free to see my details on LinkedIn or on the website, or you can email me, alex@freelanceitdirector.co.uk. Thanks for watching. Take care.